Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Funday. So happy everyone's starting to roll on. And today we're going to talk to Jimmy Pickles. Jimmy will be here in a little bit. He's talking to one of his clients, so he'll be here in a little bit. So welcome in. Who came on the channel today? You got Riverdale Gardens, Rick from Australia. I love that Rick's here. Rick's following every single anything I make on video, he's right there and he's always commenting, and I appreciate that. And thank you so much, Rick, and thank you everyone here. It's the Marshmallow Man. Boom! I like the boom. I use that boom a lot on the bus, and all of a sudden the kids, you're talking nicely, and all of a sudden they go boom, and all of a sudden they all jump up and they're all laugh, and they're like, "Yeah, that's Gardener Joe." It's hilarious. I find that really funny. Just hold on, let me silence my phone a little bit. So, you guys are going to laugh at this. Welcome in, Jane Doe, best mod on the planet. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all the hard work you do to try to make this channel successful. Without you here, nobody knows where to go. So, I appreciate that so much. Dark Lord Minute. Welcome in. There's Terry. Welcome in, Terry. Thank you for all the support everyone has done here. My father was in a company that built a lot of the cell towers back in the 80s, 90s. Oh, I can even imagine just anything that we did in the past. It's kind of, like, why? And I understand why. But the health effects, nobody really cared. Garrett Gritton, hey, what you doing, buddy? So good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Hi, y'all. So, Jimmy, we're going to talk a little bit about hot peppers today. And a lot of people have asked me, hey, are you doing that pierogi show anytime soon? What's up with the pierogies? You going to bring the pierogies back? And that made me say, hey, you know what? Let's see if Jim will come on. And I thought it'd be pretty cool. We'll do pierogi. I used to be Pierogi Tuesday. I will do some kind of pierogi show, but probably I usually do it in the fall, and I want to continue doing that because it is a lot of fun, and I love my pierogis. I could eat pierogis every single day. So, hi. So, one second. What did Gare say? Pulled the dead out of the garden mode and weed eated. The bees aren't happy, but I left a pinch of weeds for them. They still have several of the neighbors' tall yard. Yes, let them feed in the neighbors' yards, then let them come back to yours, for all the good stuff, right? You need that good stuff. There's 10 people in the chat, and Jimmy Pickles will be our guest today. So Jimmy was on Facebook before, and, you got to check this out. I found this pretty interesting. Well, he was there a minute ago. Okay, guys, check this out. We're going to watch this for 3 minutes. Maybe with Jimmy be in a little bit.
They Home Alone used that, by the way. They actually did. The screen, the painting, the screen, they knew the future of me after doing the last challenge.
So as you guys could tell here, Jimmy's feeling the heat.
But anyway, Dollar's heat packs I got no heat, low heat, everything. Oh man!
Hope I clicked on the right video.
Top says some crumbs. Right about here, and about here, and about here, and here. So, yes, my friends.
Jimmy's quite a character.
So,
okay, Jimmy, you're going to start feeling the heat.
Time, I will go live on Grow Big TV.
Oh,
you can watch me there. I think it's Grow. I'm not even sure which one because I know they operate. Joe operates 2 channels. Or it's Grow Big TV and Garden.
1 second. I think I might have chose the wrong video.
JP Piranha and tell everybody. I'm giving extras again.
Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta find the right video. Maybe this is the one right here. Let me see. 1 hour ago. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Let's check out this one.
We'll do a challenge. So let's put up an audience. Share this. A couple people said the powder wasn't hot. This is some of the hottest in the world.
I love when Jimmy eats. Don't you like when he eats, guys? Come on. Look, you ever see a man eat like Jimmy is? I love when Jimmy eats. Wait till you see this. We're going to talk to him about it. Look at him. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Show a fire. Hot sauce. Show a blueberry madness.
Whew. I have a feeling this is not going to act too well.
Dollar seed packs. Free jar up for $20 or more. This stuff's awesome. Jar up. Great on ribs. It's getting hot in here. I'm going to take off all my clothes.
No, you don't want to do that.
I'm just joking. Numbers are fine. Share it. Share it. Send it to my haters. Send it to my lovers. In the past, I had a lot. Should ask the neighbors. They seen the girls coming and going. But I didn't cheat on the girl. It was before her. They'd line up for Jimmy Pickles. Here we go.
Okay, what is this one? Oh, he's crazy. That was me. Oh, Jimmy.
The products over there don't work.
Look at those facial expressions. He's going to explode. Oof.
Share this. Oh man.
Okay. Let me get that. So, yeah. Jimmy had some hot stuff before the show. Just a little bit hot stuff. What do you think? Oof, I mean, and Jimmy's right here, so let's talk to him about it. So, here's Jimmy Pickles. How you doing, Jim? How you
feeling? Hey, Joe. What's up?
I thought that was a good build-up.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I feel better.
You know, I appreciate every time I have asked you to come on, you have always said, sure, Joe, whatever you need. And I really, really appreciate it. Because every time Jimmy asks me, I'm usually working. I can't.
I see how it is.
If I wasn't working, I definitely would be on all the time. So, what's going on with the life of Jimmy Pickles?
I'll give you a hint. It starts with a W and ends with a K.
You know what? You have been through so much in your life, and it keeps on happening, and you keep on chopping through it. And man, you got to just keep on chopping through everything you do in life, and keep on. Yeah. I know, and I can't even imagine how do you go through each day with everything you've been. If people don't know it, Jimmy lost his love of his life and his girlfriend in the past year, and that's public knowledge. So,
right after Christmas, it was a few months ago. I was with her for 3 years, so I kept her secret from the general public because, I mean, the general once they got hold of it, there was negativity about her death and stuff, and I'm like. Competitive, same people selling the fake JP Piranha And now people buy that fake JP Piranha and then say, because my initials are attached to it, says it doesn't grow true. Or people buy from me, but they're connected to the person who sells. So, like a guy, I still haven't blocked him yet, so he can watch this all he wants. I'm confident in my products. So it's just, he showed me a plant with a bubblegum calyx, and it looks true. I'm like, man, that looks great, man. I'm excited for you. Growing is a shared experience. It really is. You know, back in the days of the spice trades. And then a few weeks ago, dude, why do I have a jalapeno? Maybe it's because your agenda. So.
Yeah. I mean, how does somebody try to sell something that you haven't even shipped out yet?
And it's yeah. I'll straight up say it was Refinery Fire Chili's Jim Duffy. I mean, it's public knowledge. And he gets mad and his minions come at me, but I'm like, you know what? You created your own mess and you created the mess for me. So if you look at something close, it just, I forgot what I was going with this, but yeah, it's pure madness. August 16th, certain dates I'll never forget, except for anniversaries and stuff. I'll definitely forget those. But, yeah, August 16th, I'm starting to sell. Approximately August 22nd, I get a message from somebody, a friend who has turned angry on me and says it didn't grow true. And I'm like, I didn't even sell to you, and I just started selling the seeds before. And I had over 100 people last summer come to me and says, it's not grown true. It's garbage. Don't buy from Jimmy Pickles. But we discovered it was from Duffy.
It's amazing how everything comes back to that one person.
Yeah, it sure does. And Troy Primo had a problem with them. Johnny Scovo had a problem with League of Fire had a problem with them. See the problem? I thought I would be the menace. I thought I'd be the villain of the story, but I'm really not. So the villains are always trying to take the heroes. I mean, what did I do? I created one of the world's hottest peppers.
Yep, 100%. It was proof, I mean, right there in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I showed timestamps, which is the generations. We got it tested, and then there's always, okay, always messages. People like to take things the hard way sometimes here. But anyway, yeah, it's insane. So I like to look at subject material from vantage points. Like I could say, like, for example, I always do that because when I tipped my girlfriend off when she was alive, I talk about her all the time now because the truth be told, I'm still massively in love with her, and I always will. She was better than me. She was hotter than my pepper. So, it's the truth.
She brought the best out in you too.
Sometimes the worst. No, but yeah.
That reminds me, I have a sign somewhere. Where's my sign? I have no idea. I love my pepper sign too. I had some people send me pepper stuff. Oh, because of Pierogi Tuesday. I love my pierogies, Jim.
I did too. That reminds me. No joke. I actually thought of you. The end of last summer, I was having dinner with my girl, and she gets a phone call. This relates to pierogies. And she's like, girl is gorgeous, and she's so awkward and goofy. That's one of the reasons I found her awkward goofiness. I loved it. She would have been great on camera with me. Nobody would have looked at me. She's Bob Miley. But she's like, babe, one of my best friends just called me, and she wants me to join a pierogi program. I guess they have pierogi clubs. And so, see, the weird thing around here, my area, not many people talk about pierogies, but her area on the north side, it's all pierogi talk. It's all pierogi talk. Do you put the sauerkraut on it or don't you? What are you going to put in? There's so much. There's a place called Pierogies Plus. It's on Island Avenue. They are a very busy company. You have to call like hours in advance for them to, instead of like a pizza, you get it in 30, 40 minutes. You have to do one day in advance or several hours. And their stuff is fantastic. It's all fresh dough. And so they've won awards.
You know what's funny is I had a wrestler who came from Poland, right? His mom found out I was Polish. First thing she goes, "You got to come over to my house." And she didn't know, well, that's what she told her son, because she couldn't speak any English. So I went over there, and so I came over and she gave me a whole thing of pierogies, like tons of pierogies. And I was like, "How do you know I like pierogies?" She goes, "You're Polish. All Polish people like pierogies."
They're typical. Might be right.
You are right. And I was like, the difference between a homemade pierogi and a regular in the store is such a difference from like a tomato in a store and a tomato, in your own yard. It's that much of a difference. So, and everybody, thank you for coming. We got Mike's Chaotic Gardening, God's Desire for Me. Rick is from Australia. You got Built on a Rock Homestead. Jane Doe, the best mod. Britt Bryzel's here. And if I forgot, Riverdale Gardens. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Hooga Homestead. It's funny. So Hygge, right? The first time everybody said it was Higgy. And I'll never forget it because I always pronounce people's names wrong. I always do. I have a long history of pronouncing people's names wrong. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, no, it's Hooga Homestead. And I'm like, oh, this whole time I thought it was Higgy Homestead. It's Hooga Homestead. So all of a sudden, every time I seen her on other channels, it was like, Hooga, Hooga, Hooga. Just like, a chant, just like Stripes, Hooga, Hooga,
Like toga. It's like Animal House.
And so every time I went into a chant, everybody goes, "Oh, come on, don't you know it? It's Hooga Homestead, Hooga, Hooga." And I'm like, I started a trend. It was hilarious. So every time I see Hooga, I remember those days because that was awesome. Going to other chats and everybody saying the same kind of thing. It's Hooga, it's not Higgy. So, what inspired you to start Hot Peppers?
Well, when I was born, it was there at the hospital. No, it's just like when I grew up, my dad loved gardening. And I don't remember much of my grandparents. They passed when I was pretty young. But I remember on my mother's side, he grew a lot of squash, tomatoes, and his stuff was fantastic, like huge, like the biggest squashes. I wish I could find their pictures here. I have all their stuff. So, but yeah, so I just grew up. I grew up probably growing like habanero Scotch bonnets, Hungarian waxes, tomatoes. I love growing cucumbers and pickling them. Cauliflower, you got to know what to do with it, though. Broccoli makes fun of cauliflower because it's bland. But it's just like if you pickle cauliflower or put cheese with it or seasonings and bake it, it's pretty good.
Riverdale Garden says, hard to make every live, Jimmy, but I can when I can. I'm here. Hi, Jimmy. It's
Hello.
Riverdale Gardens. It's awesome. I love that. People that supported the whole community kind of way. How often do you talk to Batman?
I try not to. No, that's joking. I always throw people for a loop. I got to watch doing that. I've gotten myself into some situations with my humor. I'm writing this whole script on it. But anyway, Batman maybe every 48 hours, sometimes every day. Why is he here?
And no, no, no. I'm hoping he comes on in. But man, what a great guy!
Oh, he's awesome.
And he's not far. We all got to get together sometime. We really, really do. And so, what was the first? What was the first pepper you ever grew?
I'm naturally assuming like habanero or something, or Hungarian wax. Probably Hungarian wax. Sorry, it wasn't Polish wax. Polish wax might be more of a sexual thing. Polish wax to the European wax.
That's a little different, Jim. Pepper. Like, what the heck can that be?
Yeah, I wrote some comedy too. I turned it into a producer, and they said, "Nope."
So, what actually inspired you from Jim Morrow to Jimmy Pickles? Like, what came to? I'm going to name myself Pickles.
Well, I didn't name it. It was named for me. There's a whole nice. There's a debate about it because I honestly do not remember. People will actually argue about it. Now, a friend of mine who's an attorney, he's like, I'm an attorney, and freaking, you don't want to cross the line because I named you after that. So all I know was I was in Edinburgh, Erie, where I used to live, and this icicle came down, and it broke in half, double pane window, and I got stuck there. And it was like, and I went to a farmer's market, had all these cauliflower and carrots and cucumbers. So I just went to town pickling, and I think people were using the word pickles. They're like, I ended up, the window was fixed like 2 days later, and I had a little party over there, and all the pickles, I think it was subconscious in people's heads, pickles, pickles, pickles. Well, a bunch of us, I was in a fraternity, and we're all drinking, and somebody's like, I think this one guy, Joe, they called him Crazy Joe. It was you. No. Yeah, crazy. Oh man, I can tell you stories about that guy. But anyway, I prefer not to. Nobody wants to hear those stories. That's why we don't hang out with the guy anymore. But I think he said, so I should be a porn star and I need a porn name. So we all started sitting around and thinking fake porn names. So like on Hulu Super Hot, Brian Scope, the producer's like, yeah, how'd you get that name? And I said, and then they said, well, let's put that in the show on season 1. And it's rumored to be a porn name. But I will tell you a fun story about it. When the show was released, my neighbor over here, he's like, hey, nice guy, super nice guy. He just got the way he's like, well, I watched the show. My wife and I, we watched the show. We really liked it, but it kind of explains the activity in your house. I said, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, he said rumored to be a porn star. I'm like, what? I thought that was a weird comment, but I remember him saying that.
Well, Jimmy, you got to get your own little different kind of series here. Like, you're talking about the wax pepper, the Polish wax pepper. Here, you know what you could add to that collection? Here, Rick said it. I mean, Mike said it. Brazilian wax pepper. You could have the Polish,
You
get the,
this is stuff like out of like Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo.
See, you got a whole series working right here, for your next movie. I have the Jimmy wax pepper.
The Jimmy wax. The pickles wax. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Too far.
Just don't have the Batman wax.
Nobody needs that.
Nobody needs that at all.
Yeah, I've been friends with him for a long, long time. We would go back and forth talking about, sometimes it's good to keep things quiet. But I was mutual friends with somebody else. Wow. A guy called me up, and my girl would be like, you know what? You know, babe, you're part of this pepper world, and I can't because of my job position, because of all this stuff. And she goes, I don't want all this drama in my life. She goes, but, I want to be, she goes, I love you, and I want to be a part of what you do. She goes, pick up the phone. I'll talk to the people, So she's talked to a couple pepper people, and she would see that name. I'm not going to mention the name, would pop up, and she's, don't you even answer that call. But this guy's like, so it ended up being a video call, and he's seen my girl, and he's like, yeah. I guess he was drunk, and he goes, well, you know what? I'd rather hook up with Meg Ryan. I'm like, crossing the line, buddy, crossing the line. And she's like, she went nuts on this pepper guy. And I'm like, I said, babe, I just fell in love with you way deeper. I'm willing to freaking propose right now. I'm like, that was hot. I'm like, you can handle all my haters and my weird people. But yeah, and then he called up Batman and did the same thing, and like we shared notes on that. But yeah, Pepper World is a really weird place. It surprises you with some really great people. Overall, the community is like 70-80%. So Pepper community on good people is a C+. There's some people I deal with.
But everybody, they really care how they grow. But everybody wants to make a name for themselves is the problem. Everybody wants to have their own thing. They don't realize the generations and the work you got to put into having your own pepper.
Yeah.
Let me just steal somebody's pepper name because nobody else knows about it. Name it myself, and I'm going to make money. No, it doesn't work.
People who bought from me said, now we're gonna tell you, we're gonna tell the general public it's not going to grow true. We're going to slander you. This has happened over and over again. But now, as far as what you're saying before, I mean, I think that's a great thing. Like, not renaming people. I just had this conversation with a lot of people. The big thing right now with all years is people want to feel important, and with the economy and how things are going, people want to feel more and more and more important. So that's why they join communities. It's like a club. I was thinking about that today. I don't always treat the pepper community like a club. Like I always use certain key phrases. Like I feel like Han Solo in the pepper community. I oftentimes don't feel like I'm a part of the community for multiple reasons. I don't hang out with those people or those people. I've just always done my own thing, and I'm comfortable with it. That's probably, sometimes I come off snobby, people said, because I didn't want to do this or do that.
I don't see it that way at all. Hey, there's Whistle Stop Homesteads here, Canadian Family of Life, and thank you, Lulu's Treasure Trove, been member for 26 months, which is pretty awesome. I appreciate everyone here. Thank you. Yeah, it's interesting with the people, because the hot pepper people, because you do see like a little. You got to take people who they are.
Yeah. See. You can take a negative and turn it to a positive. You really can. It's just sometimes I just don't have the time. I just don't. You can break people down. See, I have a degree in psychology, so like I kind of know how to break people down. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Sometimes people just want a little extra attention. Now I will personally. Did I just see Dizzy Dragon?
Nope.
Oh, okay, my bad. But no, Dizzy Dragon always pops up on my stuff. Pretty nice guy. Very knowledgeable. But Everybody, the big thing running a business and dealing with the general public, I realized, and I had this conversation here, non-pepper related here, right here at my house, is everybody has different thresholds for either tolerance for heat or they have different expectations. Everybody has a different expectation. It's like dating women. They have different expectations. Some people require my entire time. And some people don't, but some people want me to respond in 5 minutes. And that takes away from the orders, that takes away from progress, from the grow and everything else. Now, I never really had this problem until I did the show. Until I filmed with Hulu and I did that series, which I will personally tell you was fantastic. And it broke me open a little bit. Because I'm that type of guy in the community. It's kind of progressive, but not like flow, progressive. But and sometimes that scares people, like competitors or this and that. It's like no fear, but. Yeah, so I would be. I'm like, how the hell they film for me? I'm like,
Is there going to be a part 2?
I can't tell you that.
I would love to,
even if I know or don't. I'm all, calling tracks or whatever. I'm actually, oddly enough, I'm more interested in this other project. It's going to take a year or two if it gets passed. And get ready to be completely shocked beyond your own realms. Yeah, I want my true story to be told. There's a lot of stuff people don't know. It's I call it the parallel, and what it is, it's actually about. It's like a love story, but it's more than a love story. It's a political story. It's about the parallel is about me, who is dating a county sheriff's daughter back in the day, and the next county sheriff, I dated her daughter, the next one, and the information that they shared and the cases, and it all kind of intertwines up to present date, even as we speak. Nothing to do with me. It's just like all the stuff around me. I became very knowledgeable.
What was your most memorable moment when you started growing peppers and starting into the peppers society, the community?
Oddly enough, I think tolerance, like heat tolerance. So, I'm like this, like nervous over 15 years ago. I did a review. It's still there. It's still on you. It's on my old Facebook. Too many people try to hack in, so that's why I got a new one. So what I did is, I think it's when I first moved here, I did 3 Carolina Reapers in a row, and I had no tolerance. None. Like zilch. Zero. None. So I did that. I ate it. And I was just like, oh, it's still up there. I remember I have a Steeler shirt on, a black Steeler t-shirt. So I cut the cameras off. I should have left it on. It would have went viral. So I threw up so much, and I was drinking milk. I drank a half a gallon of milk and threw it up. I'm laying on the couch right there. I filled up. I know this is gross, but I filled up the bag, like not like it was that much at the bottom of the bag. I lifted it. Oh, but wait, it gets more fun. So I lifted, it starts leaking everywhere. So I feel like this is like a bad episode of Dumb and Dumber or something. So I slip in it, fall back while I'm having cap cramps and throwing up at the same time. I fall back, knock myself out, and the bag all landed on me. the entire thing
No
of vomit.
way.
I woke up like a half an hour later with my own vomit all over me, blood on the floor. And that was like the first pepper review I ever did.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge I did, and I thought it was at the hot pepper convention in New York City, right? The New York City hot, whatever it was. So I entered the donut competition, where it's not the hottest competition they have. There you have 3 donuts, fastest person into 3 donuts wins. I'm like, man, I could eat 3 donuts in 15 seconds. Watch this. I mean, I could eat donuts really fast. I could eat jelly donut. But they put the silencer inside. They put the Carolina Reaper powder on the outside, and they did put something else. And I'm like, okay, I got a jug of milk. I'm okay, no matter what. I'm fine. 3 donuts, bam, put it in. I'm gonna film it and eat at the same time. So all of a sudden, I'm there. The guy doing a video, the talk, the announcer. He goes, "Look at this guy! Even has a phone. He's filming himself." I give the thumbs up.
Nice.
I'm ready. I'm gonna win. Put the whole thing in my mouth. Took a couple bites. I'm like, God, this is gonna be. My whole mindset is, this is my contest. I don't care if it's California, Ohio. I could eat 3 donuts in 15, 20 seconds. So I started chewing. I'm chewing. I'm still chewing. The heat's. I don't even taste the heat yet. I'm still chewing. For some reason, all the stuff they put in it, it makes it thicker. And you don't think you're just chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing. And I'm like, oh, you got to be freaking kidding me. And I'm seeing everybody trying to eat it. I'm like, oh, man, my whole expectation is to win this contest. And now I feel like a fool because I'm like, I got to just put these donuts in my mouth to win. And I finished. I was about to start the 3rd donut, and somebody else won. And I'm like, oh, man, I feel so... I feel like crap. It was hot. The silencer and everything else they put in, it was hot. But it was nothing I couldn't do. It was nothing like eating a pierogi. Thinking, man, I wish I should have a pierogi eating contest there. I'll win that. Put some JP Piranha in those pierogies. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't going to mention this, but this is something that's been on my mind. Nothing negative. Comparisons. Okay, so like, it doesn't matter what pepper. So like, say fresh pepper. Like, what would you rather do? I think we all agree fresh peppers over powders, over tincture, over anything, even over sauce sometimes. But yeah. So my powders, like I was eating them. It takes so much longer to get that heat than you eat that fresh pepper. Mm-hmm. And then, so, okay, as you watched, when I put the powders with foods, they'll activate faster. How many times, because I started feeling disappointed myself. I was doing powder reviews. I do it all the time. I even did it tonight. I mean, then again, I might be a present for everybody that I cut the cameras off. But I swear to God, every time I turn the camera off, 20 minutes later, it's like that would have been the best part. I don't think anybody wants to see me throwing up, but like just my face, I could have had it at the bathroom wall. I'm the director, but put it the camera's on the bathroom wall. You don't really see what's going on. You come out and you will see my face. It would have looked like I walked in the woods and I walked out, not the same way.
This is not going as planned.
Oh, yeah. And then I talk to you and I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. And all of a sudden, I mean, dude, I was straight up The Exorcist.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So what is your favorite pepper to grow and why?
Favorite one, probably surprised you. Probably like rainforest. You might think I'd say JP Piranha, but no. Because you can get yields earlier and you get high yields and you could just eat them. And if you want more heat, you eat more of them. They're such a great flavor, and they're more versatile. Just the pepper itself. So you could eat them with salad. They're awesome on salads. I love salads, so I was bringing that up on videos for years. Yeah, they kind of remind me like, say, a Brazilian. Here we go. No, Brazilian starfish. Pepper.
Why not the wax?
Not the wax. Not the wax. Not the Polish wax. Not the. Okay, we're moving on. So, yeah, the rainforest. I freaking love that New Mex lemon spice. But that's not really my favorite to grow the New Mex lemon spice because it takes so long to ripen and everything. It depends upon environment. The easiest and the best, just because you can sit there and eat them all day long. Brown jalapeno are fantastic. And I chose the rain based on your question. It's just because you can produce them all year round. JP Piranha will take a long time to germinate. Then they're going to grow fast. Then they're going to slow up. And so that's why I didn't pick that for my funnest and my favorite to grow. The process of growing, just rainforest, because it's low maintenance. I've dated so many women with high maintenance. At least I can grow a pepper plant with low maintenance.
Hey,
Jim, what are you doing? Why aren't you calling me back? Babe, I'm live. Pepper plants don't do that. They don't do that to me. Why would you do that to me? I didn't know. You don't have to yell. I didn't yell. Well, how'd it go? I don't know. You interrupted it. So you're going to blame me. Rainforest Pepper would never treat me that way.
He treat you with love and respect and understanding. Time's time. Oh, that's funny. So, do you have a favorite hot sauce recipe?
Recipe itself. I haven't made hot sauce in a long time. So, I always made like a mango carrot sauce. And the reason I kind of went to carrots is for a thickener, but I like the flavor of carrots. Mangoes are great. And it reminds me of like I always say, actually, I met these guys, these actors, but you ever hear of Tim and Eric? Awesome show. But they always had this thing, shrimp and white wine. I met those guys in real life. They're so weird. They creep me out. I don't care if they watch us, but they creep me out. But they always had this little comedy thing of shrimp and white wine. But I always did pairings, like mangoes pair with habaneros to make sauces. Just the flavors. You want pairings of flavors, and the sauces could be pairing with foods. But I mean, dude, if it's a food that doesn't pair with sauce, I want nothing to do with you, food.
So we're gonna have. I'm gonna give a pepper away right now. It is the Brazilian starfish orange pepper.
The wax.
I thought it was perfect timing for it. So we're gonna give the Brazilian.
That's a good one.
The Brazilian starfish orange pepper. So
those are delicious.
So
there's a yellow too, a yellow and red.
So I'm going to write down a number. I have nothing out there. I haven't given out any contest or anything, but I'm going to write.
I don't know if this is not fair. Am I off camera?
You're on camera right now.
Okay, I had to answer. Oh boy, this is a long message.
Okay. So 1 to 25. I wrote down a number. You're going to win it. Just make sure you email me. On your mark. 2%. Welcome in. Perfect timing. 1 to 25. First answer correctly wins the prize. Okay, go. 1 to 25. I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. Nothing yet. Only 1 to 25, not 87, Riverdale. Nope. Nothing's there yet. Nothing there yet. 1 to 25, not 225. Keep on going. Nope. 1 to 25, guys. 1 to 25. Nope. Jennifer? Nope, nothing yet. Nope. Tough number. Look at that. Tough number. 2%. Number 15. There it is. Congratulations, 2%. You won a Brazilian starfish orange pepper. Pretty cool stuff. So congratulations. Make sure you email me. I'll get these out tomorrow. Because I already have stamped envelope. Okay, got to go out. Which is pretty cool. I haven't really given out any prizes lately because I don't have financially a way to do it. But I could do this pretty simple. And I can't believe I had these I had Jimmy Pickle seeds right in front of me. How about that? And the germination rates I have been extremely successful. And so I'm very happy by that. But one thing I want to try, Jim, is I want to try bamboo vinegar to start hot pepper seeds. Now, I had a guy from Blue Sky Biochar on Grow Big TV yesterday, and he goes, start any kind of seeds that are 20 years old by using bamboo vinegar, the seeds germinate, which is pretty awesome, and all because of biochar and all that stuff, and how it grows back. So if you want to look at that interview, go to Grow Big TV and check out that interview. Really, really awesome.
That's cool. I'll definitely watch that. I didn't know about it. We're all learning.
Bamboo vinegar. So Grow Big TV goes on Saturdays at noon, and this is the new time for Garden State Gardener. And expect a lot of content coming out in the next couple of weeks because I have no work the next 2 weeks. It's great. I know what? I'm usually working 3 or 4 jobs. And just let you know, Jim, a little bit in my life, I'm driving a bus now. My other job was medical.
I won't talk to you anymore.
My other job of 29 years, I no longer do. They went out of business, so I had to find a job quick. And I'm driving usually a school bus around 12 to 13, 14 hours a day. So drive in the morning, get a break, drive in the afternoon, drive at night. So I'm pretty much 24/7 a bus company. But I do have a little breaks in between where I could do something, so which is pretty cool. And there's Jane with the interview. Michael Whitman from Blue Sky Biochar. It's a really awesome interview. I'm gonna have him in different parts talking about biochar because there's so many things to talk about. People think just by putting wood together and burning it is biochar, and it's not true. So, congratulations to our winner, though. So that's pretty awesome that somebody just comes on and chat and wins. But I love that. I love that woman too. So congratulations. Just make sure you email me. Let me see what's happening. 2%. Are the kids nice, Joe? That's a good question. So I'm giving all the kids on my bus cucumber seeds, actually, because they call me Farmer Joe. That's my name, Farmer Joe.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to set me up for disaster. So there's a bunch of little Jimmy Pickles out there. That's how I started, from a cucumber seed. You know what?
Hey, you learn from the best of them.
When I worked as a producer, I said we should have a pre-sequel. freaking Jimmy Pickles pre-sequel. It's like Young Sheldon, but it'll be called Little Gherkins.
That's what we are all these days. You got the little Dill.
Little deal. Pickles thinks he's a big deal.
You're a big deal. Where's the little Dill? I don't want the little
Dill. My seeds wouldn't germinate in 2 weeks. I got pickled. That's a great type there. That's a no heat one. Sweet red habanero.
So that's we'll talk a little bit about the sweet red habanero, Jim.
Shapes vary. Origins, I got them from a guy named James Mellon over on the other side of Pennsylvania. I think he got it maybe from the Amish. I'm not real sure. I think he did. And I grew them. I've been growing them. There's no heat. Very sweet. I could just use the title for my description. You can't use the title as your description. But I mean, it's pretty simple. It's red, it's sweet, it's habanero, but it's a little bit thicker in wall. As far as production, I would say it's a mid-season production, and you get high yields.
That's what matters. Everybody wants a high yield. You grow all this time, put so much energy and time to see this plant grow. You want abundance with it,
Yeah. I always find it interesting. Okay, so a positive thing is the pepper community has expanded. And it's funny, I'll do lives on Instagram. It always seems to be on Instagram. Somebody pop in, man, I'm an expert grower. I use nitrogen the whole time. Nitrogen's the key. And I'm like, It's like nitrogen, all that does is hold up water. It soaks up the water. You don't want nitrogen, and too much nitrogen will cause flower drop. So I catch on to key phrases. I mean, 8.5 years in business, 20 years on Facebook doing this stuff. So I catch on to things. One guy's like, I'm an expert grower. Your JP Piranha wouldn't grow, wouldn't germinate. I only got 3 plants in 2 weeks. I threw them all out. I'm like, first off, you're not an expert on this type. They take a little bit longer. You must be patient. And 2 weeks, really? But yeah, it's a touchy world anymore, Joe. The world's changing, and it's scaring me.
It is a scary world.
I'm serious. It's like if somebody doesn't. One guy blasted me because he wouldn't get his seeds to germinate in 24 hours.
Oh my God! Really? Oh wow!
Yeah, and I went and talked to him. He took his thing. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know. I usually got my squash." See, they didn't know. But the same aspect of that, I like to be accommodating because remember, you would remember I used to give instructional sheets.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I used to have labels on my stuff, instructional sheets, and all that. But times have gotten worse and worse and worse. It's weird. The second I did that show, things got worse for me. That's because they knew my name was getting bigger, and they did everything in the power. But it's not all them. It was life circumstances. I lost 31 people in 2 years, and the economy too. So it gets tough. But I always say, if you have issues with germination, I have a link where you can actually see it. But yeah, I was kind of smiling. There's just so many examples of what people do. One lady's like, I can't get them to germinate. They've been 10 days. I said, so I learned through customer service how to deal with other customers. And yes, I use the words deal with. If you ever did customer service, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. She didn't have germination mats. Now, you can still germinate super hots without germination mats, but expect longer times. And general rule, the higher SHUs, Scoville heat units, the longer it takes to germinate.
Exactly. That's the reason why I want to pick out this bamboo vinegar. I'm having some shipped to me actually. I really want to see the difference between bamboo vinegar with the hottest of the hottest pepper and just regular, grown meaty. I really want to see the results of that because that's a game changer. If you could generate a hot pepper in a week, 2 weeks, even 2 weeks, using something, that's a game changer. To start the
Right.
process.
I mean, I usually don't tell the general public, but I can get all my stuff to germinate in 2-3 days. I don't tell them the procedure for that because what happens is they start, tell me, and then all of a sudden they start doing it because I told a couple people, and they go to work. You already just destroyed it. If you leave your house for 8-9 hours, you could destroy it because what you do, I'm not going to tell. It's like a MacGyver show. I'm going to leave 1 or 2 steps out so they can't figure it out. But I mean, it's pretty simple. You turn up your temperature, but you don't want to burn your seeds. So you have to keep adding water and adding water. And if you add a lot of water in the reservoir tray, you're actually going to start eliminating the heat. So you're actually contradicting each other. But if I work from home, so like I don't go anywhere, so I could do that. Turn up the heat, but you don't want it too much. Turn up to like 95 and keep it moist. Some people overcompensate. I've seen this, and then they get white mold, which actually white mold, the fuzzy mold, is a symbol of anarchy. No, it's a symbol of micro activity. So you have living soil. That means you actually have a good soil, but you're putting too much moisture on. I'd rather have customers go low and slow because if they go anywhere, I had one customer that I'm very good friends with. He went on vacation for 4 or 5 days, and what he did is he compensated, and he's like, nothing's germinating. I said, I know this. I got this. I said, show me a picture. And he had white mold on a little bit. Once I downloaded the picture and down up, and sized it, enlarged it. He added too much moisture. I said, now I already knew what was going to happen. I said, now I want you to dig up one of those seeds. He's like, I can't believe it. I can't find any of the seeds. I said, you disintegrated them. That's what you did.
That's what you did. 2%. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you to do that. Thank you so much. Your 2%'s been with me for the last several years since I got on YouTube, and I'm so thankful for all your support in any kind of way. Thank you so much. Just let everybody know the Vineyard Chicks go on at 6:00. And they're going to come up next. Thank you for Dark Lord Minute for posting that. Those girls are amazing. If you ever had a chance to see, how could I say? If you grew a family, that's how you want your girls to be. And they're homeschooled. Really? These 3 girls, they're all into farming because they live that kind of lifestyle. And just so polite, nice, smart, everything, like the whole circle of life. You want, when your kids, their parents got everything into these girls, and they're so talented at everything. They talk about gardening, they blow people away. That's awesome. That's what they do. It's their homestead. It's amazing. So the Vineyard Chicks come up soon. A couple other questions, Jim, because we cut down the show level to like an hour now, not 2 hours.
I remember being on the chair for a couple hours before. Yeah,
Jimmy, 3 hours with Jimmy Pickles.
Oh yeah. So it was a stormy night. I'll get into how I met her. First time I made love.
Time my wife told me to get out of the house.
Time she jumped out of the car and rolled down the highway. Or did a backflip into a dumpster.
Time I threw up right in her lap. So what's your go-to-go comfort food?
What, comfort food?
Yeah, your go-to-go comfort food. Like,
I'm a former fat man. No, I mean,
Comfort food. You know, as time goes, it's always the same with me. I'm a simple guy in a sense. Wings, nachos. I got to have the guacamole, sour cream. It's got to be hot. I mean, I'm big into seafood, but I haven't had that in a while. But yeah, I like. I mean, I could just eat nachos the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Just to let you know, also, Dr. Paula Ruffin is on. She's coming on live right now. And Gina versus Gina. So you got a lot of lives coming up and starting up very soon. Dr. Paula Ruffin's going to be on her channel in 2 weeks. Next week's Easter, so I will not be on Easter. I'll probably be on Saturday night. So if you guys want to check out Saturday Night with Garden State Gardener, that's what I'm going to try to do. We got to figure out with the family first. You know, a lot of stuff to figure out for next week. Welcome in, Kim G. Welcome in. So Jim, I have like tons of questions here actually to ask you. This is actually, I made this print up sheet. Actually, last time I talked, so I just brought it out. I'm like, give me pickle questions. A lot of stuff here, and I never get through one page. So
there's a lot of people want to ask me questions.
Well, everybody, you know, I'm always here to support you. You did a lot for me. You did a lot for the gardening community here. You got everybody to grow. You got a lot of people that have bought your seeds, that had a lot of success with your seeds. And just to let you know, we're here for you. And we believe in you, and just keep on moving forward. You know,
yeah, it's tough. Did you watch my? I'm sure you watched my video of behind the scenes of Hulu.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it came to time to tell the truth of things that went on. Dude, I had to have police protection here. I had to have police protection. I was attacked. Even a couple weeks ago, death threats, people selling fake JP Piranha. There's an agenda. I mean, I'm doing the exact same thing I've done for years. The second I do a cable series, basically start on a cable series along with two others. There was other people, but I was one of the main guys. The second that happened, all of us had issues, but they really came after me the most. No, that's not true. Believe it or not, I'm probably the second most that they came after. And it's not my job or place. Definitely not my place to mention those stories. But I know for other cast members, there has been some police stories. I'll leave that private.
It's a shame that anybody will come after anybody. You're just growing food. You're making people happy.
And to be honest,
different.
It's destroying my business. It really is. It's like, dude, my phone got smashed a couple of times. Not to call you dude, and I lost my site that I had all those years. I was forced to do a JP Piranha pre-sale. Other people were selling a fake JP Piranha. Now I don't know who, if they bought from me, from them, or them, and you know what I mean. I don't even know anymore at this time. You know, it's too much. People place orders and they're cordial, and then they block me and then try to pull their orders. So here I am today, $1 seed packs. I have over 6 figures in seeds, and I like to keep fresh seeds. So I'm also doing a dry rub thing. You could reach me on Facebook. See, it's limited for this. It's the JP Piranha chocolate dry rub. And
how much is the dry rub cost, Jimmy?
I was doing it as a promotional tool. So if you bought $20 or more, you get one of these, but it's for the next, I can make more of this stuff. The next, like, say, 10 people, 15 people. So if you want one of these, spend $20 or more on seeds, and then you get this. And seeds keep for years. So my prices will go up to $6 again. And when you want to buy, it's $6. Just buy now. You know,
you can still start your peppers and still have a good successful harvest. It might be a little later in summer though, but you might have you'll have a good harvest.
Or you could save your seeds for the next year. Now, germination rates naturally drop after 3 years. So like by 10, 15%, it depends how you store them.
Oh, hey, I learned something. I feel like Kyle from South Park. I learned something today, kids. But after all this time, actually, this Canadian said something to me. I noticed there was issues with some of the Canadian customers, and it wasn't them, it wasn't me. We actually figured it out. If I ship seeds during the harshest of winters, it doesn't kill the seeds, but it makes them go dormant. I didn't know. Said it'll take longer to germinate, but it will germinate. I mean, certain parts of Canada is like you got to keep your car running or you're not going to get it started. I used to play hockey in Canada years ago. So
Jimmy was almost professional. Would you play defense? What was your position?
I was center and right wing. I did play defense for a little bit. I played for 14 seasons. I practiced with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I was scouted by a guy named Greg Malone. He was from the Hartford Whalers. His son, I actually was there when his son is Ryan Malone, who ended up being on the Pittsburgh Penguins. But a pretty good player. I don't think he's playing now. But yeah, I skated with Mary Lemieux, Paul Coffey, Tom Brasso back in the 90s. So there is pictures. I should probably post them sometime. But yeah, there's pictures of me playing hockey with the Pens.
Now, what other stuff do you have on? Tell everybody about your, like, how could they buy peppers from you? What's the hottest products? What sell your store here and everything else you have going on.
Sure. There's documents everywhere. Yeah, I'm working on projects, big ones. If I get them, I'll be financially set. But the thing is, let's see. Right now, today and tomorrow only to the 14th, everything's $1. I'm doing 30 seeds. Plus, I'm actually going back to my old routine of giving extras. I wasn't doing that for a long time. Now I am. So we can talk about ahi delight, no heat. Sweet red habanero, no heat. I do have some white bell peppers. They actually ripen red, but they're white. If you know. What else for no heat? Stuff like that. So if you want to go up a notch, now you're talking about like the seeds you're giving away. Brazilian wax, Brazilian starfish, orange, red, and yellow. So I got all three of those. New Mex lemon spice, orange spice, and pumpkin spice. I have all three. Limited on the pumpkin spice. And no, it doesn't taste like a latte from Starbucks. And that's my least favorite of those. The lemon is incredible. And the orange is incredible as well. So those are some suggestions. Now, if you want to get a little hotter, you can get to the Scotch bonnets, like MOA, which stands for Ministry of Agriculture, which I've actually been on the phone with them. The office, it's in Jamaica. Jamaica, man. I'm from Jamaica, down by the beach. I'm not from Jamaica. That's just from a movie. Actually, Half Baked. I was asked to audition on Half Baked 2 once. No joke. They still might want to record it. It's different producers, but anyway, main subject. Focus, Pickles. Focus. So yeah, you get Scotch bonnets, or you want to get to super huts like Bain Strain Peach. I have it on a coffee cup because that was one of my exclusives. It's a mid-range super hot. I have a white version and a red version as well. So there's that. And let's see. Then you can get into the bubblegum types. I'm a huge fan of the bubblegum types. Yeah, if somebody could drop the link to my Facebook and my Instagram, that would be great. Or if people want to get a hold of me, it's on Facebook. It's Jimmy Pickles, and just private message me. Yeah, times are tough. I mean, all that because my mom died at the filming of Hulu Super Hot. I became an executor, which I still am. I'm still on the case. but they're not happy with me at all. And of course, because I haven't done anything on it, because I got to work on my company. It took my income down, everything. So I'm working without a website. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so if you want the mega Super Hots JP Piranha Red, tested at 1.75 million SHUs in Eurofid slab. I personally jumped on the plane to go and filmed there too. Let's see what else is there. I have the 9 color variants. Didn't happen overnight. I've discovered kind of how to manipulate genetics a little bit so you can induce color changes. That's top secret there, Joe. Not even a pro will get that. But, I got to be careful. Yeah, I'm actually have my scripts and stuff out up in that room right now. I don't know. I mean, there's just so much. I can give people a list. They go from the list. They can pick it. As of tonight, holla for $1. Yeah, I'm a goofball. I mean, all I do is work.
You gotta have a little fun, Jim. You gotta have a little fun. You gotta.
That's why I say dumb stuff on camera. And for my haters, Sloppy Joe night, so they can take screenshots and post it.
Oh, you know what? I still got to give this away. 1 to 15, guys. Red habanero. Guess 1 to 15 now. Go. Oh, I got to write it down. 1 to 25. I just circled it. 1 to 25. First winner. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Nope, I don't see it yet. Hey, welcome in, David Gray. Good to see you. Nope, nothing yet. Nope, nothing yet. 1 to 25, guys. 1 to 25. Nope. That's funny. People have said 15 again. That's too funny. Nope, nothing yet. I feel really good at this game. I'm getting everybody a post. Nope, nothing yet. Well, Jane Doe. Congratulations to the best mod on the planet, Jane Doe. You guessed 14. So, you guys know 15. There's 14. So, congratulations, Jane Doe, on winning. Make sure you email me, and I'll get these out tomorrow. It's one thing I'll get out right away. So, congratulations to the 2 winners we had here today. Boom. That is awesome. So, Jim, I'd like to have you on again sometime soon to chat. And you got to go on your show at the same time so we could do double the people at the same time.
Double the people. Double the pleasure. Double McGum.
Double. And we'll have a longer conversation and just chat. Got to have Batman on at the same time again. Got to have him, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. He is a good friend.
I tell you what, when I used to go on his show, I'd be working till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And he would be on like 9 o'clock. He'll have 1 set of seeds, 5 or 6 seeds. And he wouldn't give the seeds out until like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'll be listening to Jimmy Espinosa, all our guys in this chat. Jimmy will be on. And I'm like, man, when is he going to get these seeds out? Man, he keeps on saying he's going to give them out.
Yeah, I've been friends with him for like a decade. Yeah, it's like, what was it? He called me one day. He goes, I'll never forget that video he did. I think he had a couple drinks and he went on YouTube and
go to the bathroom.
He started calling out a pepper group. I don't need to get into the old drama. Oh man, he started just him and another guy, this Canadian guy, and it was hilarious. He's like, "Do you mind if we use your name?" I'm like, "You go ahead, and use my name. I don't care." I'm like, "Put me out." You know, even like Brian Scope, my producer, said, he's like, dude, he's like, you're one of the most, I don't think it was him, but one of them, might have been Joaquin, the executive producer of Hulu, and said, your name is one of the most mentioned names in the Pepper community out of anyone, even out of Ed and everyone. So that was an interesting fact. Maybe that's why people message me all the time. My cat crossed the street. What do? I'm a seed vendor. My wife's leaving me. I'm a seed vendor. It's all day long.
Women don't understand.
Oh, and real quick, I always bring her up because she was the love of my life. So we're driving. I'm driving. I wouldn't let her drive. But just joking. But she's like, you know what, babe? That's how she started all her sentences. She goes, I think you're lying about your company. Nobody's messaging you. I said, I have it on silent because when I'm with you, I'm with you. And she goes, no. I'm like, don't do that weird thing. Yeah. So I turned it on. It sounded like Metallica with all the messages coming in. Turn it off.
I tell you, the funniest thing about Batman, this is when I remember his show, this is what I remember. Okay, I feel like I'm going to get sick now or whatever. I feel like I got to go to a bathroom. All of a sudden, he'll have the other guys on his show. We'll have the other guys on his show. Where's Batman? It'd be like 30 minutes later. I don't know. Did he fall asleep on a toilet or something? He
always does that. He still does that. I've done maybe in the past 2 or 3 shows with him. And the one guy, we're not even friends with the guy anymore, but the guy was such a weirdo. One of the guests, I don't care. I'm Pickles. So he's sitting there and they're like, dude, what is Batman's like, what is that feedback? You're getting bad reception. And the guy replies, it's the birds. And then Make It Wayne is like, it's nighttime.
It's great theater.
Yeah, it's good. I always said this for like reviewers. I think it's awesome. Certain chemistry. If you do a show, if you have 2 reviewers at the same time, friends or whatever, and you have one with a low tolerance and you have one with a high tolerance. So, like N&J Pepper Show, I used to love watching that. And Nick had a high tolerance and Justin didn't. And just to see the reactions, this is like, okay, so one thing I hate about reviewers is that they give numbers. This is number 2 or number 3. That numbers don't mean crap. They don't. How the hell you come? Where's your number coming from? It's like, well, and I did it too for years. That's a level 10 or level 2 and level 2. It's on whose scale? Your own scale. The general public doesn't understand that. When you write or you present something, you want to make it understandable for the general public. I'll be like, well, that guy said it's a level 2. How would we know? Not to sound gross, but we don't have those individual tongues.
Definitely not.
General ballpark saying super hot, saying scorcher, stuff like that. And peppers have different receptor or different ways of capsinoids is what it's called. Okay, so chocolate primatale, which comes from me. Oh man, I got 1% on my phone. So that means I gotta get going soon. Unfortunately, my phone will die. But chocolate primatale, which does come from me, will affect you faster, but it doesn't mean it's hotter than the other ones.
Right. Do you have any new peppers on the horizon?
Do I? Not really. I'll be getting more into products and other adventures.
Gotcha. Keep on selling what you're doing. Just keep on chopping away at it. People will buy it. When people are successful with it, I think Jimmy's frozen. I think Jimmy's done. I think his battery is totally done. Okay, guys. So that is it from Sunday Funday. Hope you guys had some fun. We gave out some seeds today, so which is pretty cool. I haven't done that in a long time. And go on. There's a couple of people that lives going on. We got Survival Seeds with the Vineyard Chicks. You got Dr. Paula Ruffin, and you got Gina versus Gina. So go follow who you want, and we'll see everyone soon. So love you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your memberships, and we'll keep on chopping. Take care, everyone.